Guys, welcome back to my channel Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial I will be showing you how to make a granny square cardigan. So in my previous tutorial I showed you how to make the square, so in this one I will be showing you how to put it together and how to make the cardigan. So these are the square that I previously made, so I will show you how to put it together, and I will put a link into this video so that you'll be able to find the other video to make the square. So guys, if you're new over here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will love this tutorial and you'll be able to make one of your own. To my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for always being here, guys. So let's jump in the video. So guys, to begin, you will get your darning needle and also your yarn in place. So I have mine, and what you're going to do is you are going to make sure that you place your squares, and the wrong side should be facing upward towards you and the right side should be facing each other. So this is the wrong side of the other square and this is the right side, so they should be facing each other and the wrong side should be facing you. So now we will be working into back loops and front loops of each square. So these loops that you're seeing here, which are the stitches, these ones in the back are considered the back loops for this square, and the ones here are considered your front loop. So we will be working into the back. For the square that is pointing towards you, these loops here are considered your front loop, and the one here are considered the back loop. So you're going to start from the back square. So into the chain 2 space that we have here, you're going to work into one of them. So you're going to go into the back loop. Make sure you leave a little tail end dangling, and then you are going to go into the front loop here. Let me just put this down. Okay, so front loop there, and now we're going to be doing crisscross. Now you're going to go into the front loop here and the back loop on the other square. Back loop, front loop. Front loop on the other square and back loop on the next square. Remember, we're doing crisscross, so we're going back loop here and then front loop on the other square. So make sure that you're watching what I am doing and not only listening. Working here, front loop and back loop. Continue doing this all the way until you get to the top, and then I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end of my last stitch, and this is what it looks like on the wrong side. So if you had preferred your stitch to look like this on the right side, all you'd have to do is just rotate the square. So instead of having the wrong side facing upwards to you, you'll have the right side facing upward. So that is if you had want your stitch on the right side to look like this. But let me just show you what it looks like on the right side. So this is what it looks like. It is laying nice and flat. I love the way how it is together. So I went ahead and I have another one here, and it's the same thing. So what we're gonna do is for the 2 parts of the cardigan, for the front and the back, you will have 8 pieces for each side. So I will put that on the screen so you can see what the cardigan looks like, because I am actually replicating this cardigan from one that I saw in the store, and I am making the cardigan from that. So for the 2 front panels, you will have a total of 8 squares sewed together. So I have 2 here sewed together already, so I am going to go ahead and sew. I'm going to sew the let me see, this is the right side. I'm going to sew them again like this so that it will be 8. So for each side of the cardigan you will have 8 pieces. So the left side will have 8, so it will be 2 square coming down to the front and 2 squares going down to the back. For the sleeve you will have a total of 8 also, but I will show you how to do the sleeve afterwards. So basically you're just gonna reattach your yarn and go ahead and repeat the same steps of what I just did. So I'm just going to show you again, going into the back loop, making sure that your square is on the right side that you want it to be on. And going into the front loop on this side. So back loop. Okay, so I forgot I'm on this side, so sorry about that. So front loop and then back loop on the other side. So we're doing crisscross sewing. So you're basically going to continue doing that until you get to the end, and I'll see you there. So back and then front. So guys, now I have come to the end of putting all 4 panels together for one side of the cardigan. So I apologize, in my previous clip I kept saying 8 pieces, but what I was actually trying to say is for the body of the cardigan it requires 8 squares. So for one side that will be 4, on the other side will be 4 as well. So this is one side of the cardigan, and I have the other side which I already done. So this is the other side. So we're just going to go ahead, fold them together, and then we are going to sew them together. So before I do so, I'm just gonna lay this aside, and for the sleeve I went ahead and I put one of the sleeve together. For the sleeve you will need a total of 8 squares to complete both sleeves, and for one of the sleeve it consists of 4 squares. So you have to sew them together to get the sleeve on like this. So I am going to show you just as we were doing before. We're basically going to do the same thing. So I went ahead and I sewed 2 of my squares together already. All you have to do now is just place another square on top of each other, just like this and this, and then you are going to sew one side up and then the other side downward. So I hope you can see that well. So you're going to sew from here down to here, and from here to here, or from this side to this side, doesn't really matter. So or what you can also do is you can just sew both of these squares together and then lay it on top of this one and then just sew right up. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to go ahead and okay, so I have on this one already. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start sewing from this one upward. So I am here and I am just going to go ahead, go into the back loop on that side and front loop on this side, front loop and then back loop. Continue doing that and attach all your squares together. Once you have all your squares attached, then I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have both panels laid down flat, and you are going to have that on the wrong side, face it upward, and I'd use a stitch marker to mark where I am going to stop sewing. So I'm going to sew from the bottom all the way up to my stitch marker. So what you're gonna do is you are going to count 5 stitches away from the corner. So remember, the corner has 4 stitches, so 2 on this side, 2 on this side. So you're gonna count 5 stitches downward, and once you get to that 5 stitch, then you will just place your stitch marker into both stitch on each side. So this is where we are going to stop sewing. So I am going to go ahead and start sewing from the bottom all the way to the stitch marker. So just as we were doing before, you're going to repeat the same exact thing, and you are going to go into the first chain 1. This is the first one here, and front loop on this side. So continue doing your sewing until you get to the top, and then I will meet you back where my stitch marker is. So guys, now I have come to the end of sewing the bottom part of the cardigan, and we have this part open because we're gonna work on there. So now I am going to fasten off. I'm just gonna leave it as is, and we are going to move on to making the sleeve. So I'm going to show you how to sew the sleeve on. So remember, you're going to place your sleeve on the wrong side, and you're just going to line it just like that. What you can do is you can use a stitch marker. Let me just remove this one, and just place that in the center. And then you're just gonna go ahead. I am gonna get me some more yarn. You're just gonna pinch, and you are going to start working from the, let me just see here, I'm going to start working from here. So just as we were doing before, working into one of the chain 2 space and coming over on this side. And you're going to do that all the way up until you get to the end of this part here. So it should be lining up with this next square here. And once you sew all the way down, then we will just put it together so that it starts to look like a cardigan. So I'm going to continue doing my sewing, and then I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have come to the end of sewing on my sleeve, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to fold that together so that we can have our sleeve made nicely. I did went ahead and I made one of the sleeve, and this is what it looks like so far. So I'm just going to show you how to close that part up. So we're going to start from the end of the sleeve, and we will just weave these tail ends in as we go along. So to sew that part up, you're basically folding the other side of the cardigan. So this is where we join our sleeve at the top, and when you fold it together, this is what it looks like. And then we're just gonna sew from here, go all the way down to the end of the cardigan here. So I am gonna use my hook. You can still use your darning needle, but I find it that it goes faster when you use the hook. So I'm just gonna attach my yarn, chain one, give that a tie. You can attach your yarn however you feel comfortable. Okay, and once I have done so, I'm just gonna chain one again, and then go into that first stitch on this first square and on the other square, and just basically continue to do single crochets all the way down until you get to the end, and then I will meet you there. So continue doing that. So guys, now I have come to the end, and this is what the sewing looks like on the wrong side, and on the right side this is what it looks like. So it's nice and flat, and there is the sleeve. So what I'm gonna do now is we are going to be working on the edges on the inner part. Let me just pull this up so you can see what the cardigan looks like so far. So there it is. It is all put together. So I am going to show you how to do the edges. So I'm going to chain 1 and 2, and I'm going to turn my work because I want to work on the right side. And I am going to yarn over and go into this space here. You can see the space. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to put 1 double crochet into the chain 1, well, the stitch there. I'm going to put another double crochet, and I'm going to continue putting double crochets all the way around. So once I get to this point here, I will meet back with you. So I'm going to work until I get to here. So continue doing double crochets. Once you get to this part into the joining, you're going to add 1 double crochet there. So I'm just going to continue working, and I'll see you at the end part. So guys, now I am at the peak part here at the corner where I showed you before, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the 3 double crochet into that space so that it can give a curve to go onto the other side. And 3, and then you're just going to continue making double crochet into each stitches around. So once you get to another corner, you will repeat the same step. So there it is. So you're going to continue going up. Once you get to this section here, you're just going to put 1 double crochet into this space, go over to the chain 1 space, make 1 double crochet, and continue all the way until you get to this part. You will just continue making double crochet all the way down, up and around, and go straight down. So I'm going to continue doing that until I get back to where we started, and I will see you there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and into this space here I did put 2 double crochets, and then I'm just going to add 1 more into this double crochet here. And now I've come to the end. This was where I chained my chain 2. So now I'm just going to pull up, and then I am going to weave my tail end in. And by the way, this is what I have left back from the skein that I was working with, so it worked out pretty well that I didn't have to open another yarn to finish up. So I am just gonna go ahead and go into both loops on this side, and then back loop on the other side. So we have a nice clean finish. So there it is. And now I am just going to go ahead and weave my tail end in. Don't pull too tight on your yarn, just take your time and weave those tail end in. So our cardigan is pretty much done. I'm just going to do another and then fasten off. So see, we went back to the joining where we started. This is the back of the cardigan. And by the way, I use a 4.0mm crochet hook to do my sewing. So there it is, guys. It is completed. This is the sleeve. And the front of the cardigan. So I love the way how this cardigan came out. It looks just like the one that I saw in the store. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this tutorial, and I hope that you were able to make one of your own. And again, please do watch the tutorial on how to make the squares. If you want this cardigan to be bigger, all you have to do is to continue making rows until do some more extra rows until the square is big enough for your size, and then afterward you can add the two solid rows on the end. So the size that I saw in the store was a size small, so this is what I have. So guys, thank you so much. I will put more information in the description box on the measurement. So thank you again. Until next time. Bye.